This is the lie you've been told about instant manifestation. You've probably been told that it's as easy to manifest a small button as it is to manifest a big castle. And here's the thing, that is true. But when it leads you to form the false conditioning that you can manifest $1 million overnight, or you can manifest six-pack abs overnight, then it actually does more harm than good. I'm going to be teaching you something that most manifestation teachers don't teach you because they believe it's a restricting, limiting way to look at the timing in which your manifestations arrive. And this is called the desire contrast time frame. So for me, I've successfully manifested my desires on my vision board, big and small, over the years. And the number one thing that determined what time frame the desire physically materialized in my reality was all because of this. Also kept me grounded and see my desire as something that was realistically achievable. So I'll be teaching you everything there is to this. And number one, you will finally stop beating yourself up for not seeing instant results and feeling like you aren't believing hard enough to manifest. Number two, you will also see manifestation from a more realistic and grounded lens and not something like a magical, mystical magician pulling a rabbit out of a hat type of thing. Okay. And first of all, what is the desire contrast time frame? It is basically what determines the time frame in which your desire physically materializes in your reality, and it is determined by how much your current reality contrasts with the desired reality where what you want is materialized. And this is not that hard to understand. Basically, think of it as rungs on a ladder, okay? Rungs on a ladder. At the top of the ladder is the reality that you want, the desire that you are craving. At the bottom is as far away as you can be from that reality. The more down you get, the longer it will take to climb each rung and manifest and materialize that desire in your physical world. Instant manifestation, in the case of, you can instantly manifest a desire by feeling it. You can have the beliefs of the person who has it. You can have the identity of the person who has it. That kind of instant manifestation is so true. You can do that. You can instantly feel like you already are the version of you that has your desire. But the manifestation in which the desire is materializing in the outside world, that is not instant, depending on how different and contrasting it is. Like, for example, okay, you want to manifest finding a penny on the ground. That is simple. That is an easy manifestation that you can do because you already see a lot of pennies already around you. It's easy for you to acquire a penny. So if you manifest that, chances are it will come extremely fast in your physical reality. But let's say you're manifesting something a lot more complex, like losing 50 kgs or 100 kgs. If you are currently overweight right now and you want to manifest that, for you to believe that it can happen instantly overnight is you going against the laws of our physical plane. Here's something you need to understand. Our world on Earth has different laws we abide by compared to different other realities that exist. When you chose to be born on Earth, your soul agreed to the laws of Earth. And you agreed to the physical plane in reality in which things are unchangeable. Some things are unchangeable, like the law of gravity. Some things are difficult to instantly shift, and it will take time to shift them, like water eroding a rock. You also agreed to having the ability to create whatever reality you want and manifest your wildest dreams. But there is a caveat to this. The dream world, on the other hand, does not have the laws that we abide by on the physical earth. In the dream realm, our desires are instantly manifested. That's why you instantly switch between different dreams quickly. One day, you're walking across town, holding hands with your best friend and skipping and laughing. Suddenly, 5 seconds later, you're now teleported to the middle of nowhere and you're alone in the darkness and you hear creepy monsters making noises around you. And then you expect a murderer to come rushing out through the woods, and that's what happens, and you get chased down. And now suddenly you're back in your home again, and you don't question any of this. So in dreams, everything is just very, 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 very random and instant. And in the dream world, right, what you expect is what will happen in your dreams. So technically, you are manifesting in your dreams, and the manifestation materializes instantly. On Earth, in the physical plane we're in right now, manifestation can take time because our reality, right, has solid fixed matter, unlike the dream world, which is free-flowing. So, what you expect to see will come. Whatever desire that you want, losing 50 kgs, manifesting a completely different career, living in your desired country. It will come, but it will come in a way that abides by the physical laws of the world. So, this looks like if you're manifesting traveling to a desired country, you won't instantly teleport there like you would in a dream. You would have to fill out an application. You'll be guided towards different opportunities and different aligned action steps to take. And you do that, you pack your suitcase, you have to drive to the airport, and then boom, you board your flight, and then you're gone. You're in your desired country. So this isn't to limit you or restrict you at all, okay? I'm telling you this. I'm telling you that things will take time to manifest in your physical reality. It's not to limit you. It's not to make you feel like you're not powerful or whatever, but it is to ground you and see manifestation from a more practical, realistic lens. So you actually believe and know that what you want is achievable. And we're not doing some magic woo-woo stuff. And honestly, be grateful that our reality is not like the dream world. Because if our real world was like the dream world, whatever you expect instantly would appear. All the negative things that you think about instantly would appear. And we would spend more time cleaning up after our messes than actually enjoying our life. So be grateful that you've been blessed with having your outside world be a rock that you can slowly erode and sculpt to your preference. And don't hate on, I know it's going to be hard, but don't hate on the waiting time it takes for you to get to your desire. So now I'm going to show you what this exactly looks like really when you are manifesting, along with my own personal story about how I learned this and how now, there are children playing outside. Excuse that. Anyways, I'm going to be teaching you my own personal story of how this worked in my life. So, the desire contrast timeline, right? Time frame. It works in a way where, depending on how complex your desire is, from your current reality, how different it is, and how outrageous it would be, how crazy. That determines how long it would take. For example, if someone is trying to manifest a friend group, person A is someone that has severe social anxiety. Person A spends most of their time indoors, and they are afraid to step out of their house because they have a severe phobia of that. They spend all their time inside, and they really, really, really have the urge to manifest a friend group after seeing TV shows and social media posts of wonderful friends. Person B, on the other hand, they go outside a lot. They meet a lot of people. They talk a lot. They're charismatic. They're social. They love going outside. They attend a lot of club meetings, and they're always out and about and like out there in the world. Person B also desires a true, authentic friend group. The people around them are friends, yes. They are good friends, but not the friend group that they would love to be in authentically. So with this, I want you to compare these two people and the desire that they both have, which is to manifest an authentic, wonderful friend group. Person A, right? To be honest, if you look at their situation, they are starting at a much lower rung than person B is. The contrast between person A and their desire is like 85%. Because there's a lot of things that they would have to do in order to receive and hold a wonderful friend group properly. In order to be in a wonderful friend group, they would first of all have to heal their social anxiety, go outside, be able to go outside without fear, feel more confident in their skin. And they have all these things that they need to do before they can fully be in a, healthy friendship with other people. Person B, on the other hand, they already feel good. They already feel satisfied. They are already making friends. They're already super social. And so for them, the contrast isn't that high. It would be like maybe, let's say, 20% or 30%. They're already walking around, being social, having a lot of friends. They just want like a couple of close friends that they're in a group with, you know? So for person B, if they were to manifest that desire, it would come to them in a very quick time frame. Because it's not so different from the current reality that they're in right now. There's just a couple of little changes here and there. But for person B, that reality is quite different, significantly different. They're currently at home all day, currently anxious, filled with anxiety, social anxiety, struggle to talk to people. So for them, they would have to take more aligned action opportunities. They can manifest, right? They can manifest, and they will get to their goal. I'm not saying that they won't. They will get there if it's truly authentic to them and makes them happy. But they would have to do extra action steps and extra changes to their reality to reduce the contrast so they can finally go up the rungs of the ladder. And a personal story from my own life, right, was when I was manifesting clear skin. So a couple months ago, my skin was in terrible condition. A lot worse, like the worst condition that I was ever in. And it wasn't too severe. It wasn't like extremely horrible, but I had a lot of eczema flare-ups. My face was literally so red. Like my cheeks had so many red spots on them. And I remember I went to the dermatologist to help me fix this. And as I was sitting there in the dermatology office, they were explaining that I would have to take this one ointment for my skin, for my eczema, that they didn't know if it would work, that they weren't sure if it would cause negative side effects, but they still wanted to try it because this was the only way my skin would get clear, is what they told me. And I freaked out. I was panicking because I didn't want to take an unnecessary risk to treat my skin like that. And I also felt really, really sad. Like, oh, there's no choice. I don't have any other choice than to take this ointment to clear my skin up. So I felt so heavy inside. And after I left the clinic, I decided that I will manifest getting clear skin naturally. And that's what I did. As time passed, as months passed, I was led to opportunities and lifestyle changes and lifestyle shifts that particularly worked for me, which over time, over the months, cleared up my skin. Because I was unintentionally doing a lot of damage to my body, which was resulting in my skin like trying to detox toxins out of my body. And that's why I had to reverse that. And it took me a couple of months, but now my eczema is like 1% of what it used to be. And it's getting better as time passes, and I'm certain of it. And now my face, right, my cheeks look completely normal. And my mom, she was like, oh my God, what you're doing is actually working. That's amazing how you manifested this. But honestly, I believe that it wouldn't have taken as long if I just told myself that the time in which my skin is healing is a normal part of the manifestation process. And just because my skin didn't heal instantly doesn't mean that I was a failure at manifestation. Doesn't mean that I wasn't believing hard enough. And I know that if I just trusted the process, if I understood the desire contrast time frame and understood that the time it's taking is normal because I'm abiding by the physical laws of the earth and taking action, which is a crucial component to manifesting, I would have just been so grounded in my faith, and I would have just instantly, like, more easily found the right opportunities instead of just trying a bunch of different things that didn't work. And then finally finding the things that did work. So yeah, this is the desire contrast time frame. So basically, in conclusion, you manifest your desire based on how different it is from the current reality and how complex the desire is. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's just, and how complex the desire is. And something important that I want to mention, right, is that if you are currently in survival mode, if you are currently not in a place where you have achieved emotional mastery, you are automatically, you're going to start at one of the lower rungs when you begin to manifest. Okay. And emotional mastery does not mean you're constantly positive all the time. No, it means you properly know how to handle and integrate and let negative emotions flow out of you when you feel anxious, worried, doubtful. And once you've let them flow, you stay at a point where you feel calm and peaceful throughout your day most of the time. So this is what emotional mastery is. And survival mode also will put you at a very low rank on your ladder when you're just starting out to manifest your desire. So if you want to learn more about how to just get from a lower rung of your ladder to a higher rung so your manifestations come in quicker, you can just learn more from me by clicking the first link in the description below and looking at my paid products. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.